Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Unemployment Journey, where we will be travelling across Europe's major leagues and trying to win as many trophies as possible. Now, since that opening game against Bayern Munich, where we lost 2-1, we then followed that up with a 2-2 draw against Reims in the best place qualifier for the Euro Cup 2. We got two away goals. They got two away goals because I didn't realise they had Karim Benzema up front. But anyway, we then drew 1-1 against Leipzig, and do you know what? We were the better team throughout the entire game. They had a man sent off, and we went 1-0 up in the 88th minute, and they equalised with near enough the last kick of the game with Ademola Lookman breaking through on goal. And I should have gone a bit more defensive, but again, 1-1 against Leipzig, who are one of the better teams in the league. I will take that any day of the week. We then beat Reims 2-1, Gouiri getting his first couple of goals for the club, which is what we like to see with new signings, especially some of the younger signings as well. And that put us through into the main group stage, and you can see some of the fixtures starting to fill up there. I'll take you through the group in a bit. But then we followed that up with a 1-1 draw away at Gladbach, and they're a good team there, and we managed to get the goal with Player getting the equaliser there, and we were okay. We're still trying to get some of the new signings sort of like embedded into the team a little bit more, but we are looking good overall. We haven't lost except for that game against Bayern Munich, which understandable, it's Bayern Munich, but we haven't lost yet. We're drawing a lot of games, but hopefully that should turn into wins as the season progresses. Then the last game, 2-1 victory over Hoffenheim. We managed to get the goal in the 81st minute after we went 1-0 down. Benedetti scoring in the 14th minute, but again, good performance there. Alan Mami Traore is really playing well in that right back spot, which is what we like from our fullbacks. And Hinteregger getting the goal from a set piece as well. Again, great performance from a lot of the players there. We will have our first Euro Cup 2 group game being shown here against F91 Dudelange, and they're not a great team, I'll be honest with you, but at the same time, it's nice to see new competition, see some of the players that might not really feature later on in some of the other bigger games, and we need to rest some players as well, so this is a good opportunity to do that. But in the group itself, we've got H&K Rijeka, us, Genk, and Dudelange, and I'd say between us and Genk, we're probably the two biggest teams in here, so we shouldn't find it too difficult to try and navigate our way through it. And I'll just show all the groups there, and apart from you said Basel, Rangers, RZ, Sporting, there's not a lot of big teams in this. PSV, you could say, are a relatively big team, but the boards, they want us to do relatively well, get to the semi-final here, and I think it's possible. I really do. We've got a really good team. I think we're probably going to be able to finish in that Europa League spot, maybe push for fourth, but I think we've got a really good chance of getting to the semi-final at least, potentially even winning it. But let me show you the tactics and the team for this game against Dudelange. And we've got Rono in goal with Da Costa, Mustafi, Siebert and Ramon making that back four up. In that two central midfielder spots, we've got Kor and Kamyid. Again, he's near enough a defensive midfielder, but at the same time, solid ball winner, and he can play a little bit as well. Kamyid as well is that 17-year-old who I'm so excited about, and the more games he plays, the more I'm excited for him. We've got Sabitzer on the right. We don't really have another right winger that we can really rotate with. I was thinking putting Rebic in there, maybe Idrissi, Kaka or Jovalic. We couldn't register essentially any of them, so we've had to make do with playing Sabitzer, who's a regular, but he might come off later in the game for either Zivkovic or Rebic. Cavar as well. Very good centre midfielder. Trying to get him to play a little bit further forward. You can see there his defensive stats aren't that great, but he's young, he's 23. He'll develop. He's a good squad player there. Kostic on the left with Gouiri up front, and I'm hoping for some goals. We've got a relatively strong bench in case we need to change anything, but I really want to build up some fitness. Mustafi's come off a bad injury, and I know it was a free transfer, but hopefully he'll come good. And they're playing here with a 4-4-2, and do you know what? I've got a good feeling about this. I think we're a much better team than they are, but yeah, it should be a relatively straightforward game. And they've kicked off here. We are away, and I really can't see us struggling too much here. I know we've got a rotated team, but at the same time, we're very good. We're a much better squad than we had at Venlo, and we'll just see how this team does, when they're not playing a team, say, like Bayern Munich, but they are coming forward here, and we've managed to clear that away, and Sabitzer can run forward with the ball. He's got some options ahead of him. He finds Ramon on that overlap, and what can the fullback do? He gets dispossessed, and that's only gone as far to Cavar. Now Ramon, Cavar again, Kostic, and straight at the goalkeeper. And it's the first effort of the game, but straight at their goalkeeper. They are keeping a lot of the ball here in the opening few minutes, which isn't great, and they're coming up with some opportunities as well, but they really shouldn't. They're not really that good of a team here, and I wanted it to be a little bit more comfortable than this. Ramon though into Gouiri, and it's a good header, but just gone over the bar. And you can see we're starting to come into the game a little bit more, starting to win the possession a bit. Cavar with the free kick, and that's just wide of the post. But hopefully, now that we've sort of settled into the game, that's only going as far as Sabitzer. Cavar into Kostic, into Gouiri, and that's in. And I thought he looked offside there, but it's counted, and we are 1-0 up with Gouiri with near enough an open goal in front of him. So you can see Rodriguez's goal kick only goes as far as Sabitzer. Now Cavar with a great ball into Kostic, and Gouiri staying onside and just passing that into the bottom corner. Keeper's got no chance trying to save that, and we are 1-0 up, and that's exactly what we want to see. Mustafi into Da Costa, into Cavar now. Now Siebert, 17-year-olds picked out Sabitzer, who's got the ball in, Kostic, and that's just over the bar. Again, we're growing into this. We like that. We'll get a ball in from Kostic. Siebert, he's picked out the top corner, but it looked like he was offsides, and he was. You can see there, he's well offside there. The ball comes in, and do you know what? Great finish that was, but he was offside. But good move nonetheless from the 17-year-old, and he's very quickly developing into a really good defender there. As they've broken away from our corner, but hopefully we can get the ball back. But they've found the man in the middle of the pitch there, but they're playing the ball pretty well considering. We have kept a lot of the ball now. We've got 65% of the ball, but that was a wild clearance from Ramon there. It looked like he back-heeled that out, but good save by Reno. And he's picked up that corner as well. I keep calling him Reno, it's Rono. Da Costa now into Core. Now Cavar. He's got Kamyid, and that's blocked. Gouiri, and that's cleared out for a corner. And they've got a man down in the box. He's rolling all over the place. They've sent the physio on, who looks exactly like one of our players. Unless it is one of our players. Nah, that's physio. And he's being taken off. But he looks exactly like one of our players. I genuinely thought it was one of our defenders running up for the corner. Kostic though, and that's over. Oh, we've got a penalty. The ref's pointing to the spot. There was a push there apparently. And who's taking this? It's gonna be Guiri for his second of the game, and he's picked out the bottom corner, same one as he scored the first one, and that's 2-0. Amine Guiri with a great penalty there, and we'll see that one again. There he is, calm as you like, picks out the bottom corner, and that's 1-0. Well, that's 2-0 even, with Guiri's second goal. And we are just as comfortable as I wanted us to be, as we're closing them down pretty well, forcing them to go back to the goalkeeper, keeping it nice and calm. As he's panicked, it's only he's gone as far as Kostic. And what can he do here? He's put the ball in, Sabitzer's header straight at the goalkeeper. Again, we're looking good coming down the flanks here. The wingers are coming inside. We've got a lot of options in the middle. And I'm liking this team and the way they're performing. Guiri's come deep here into corner. Now Kamyid, Kavar exchanging passes. And Kavar's doing really well in that playmaker role, just linking the play, keeping it nice and calm as Sabitzer finds Ramon. And he's gone down, but Kostic has kept the ball into Guiri, and the header's just over. But again, yeah, this is really, really good. 66% possession, 10 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals, 40 minutes in. It's nice, it's calm, it's effective, and yeah, I think we're looking really, really comfortable here, even though this is near enough a second string team. With Ramon now into Kavar. He finds Kostic into Sabitzer, and that's a great finish there. Kostic has another assist, Sabitzer with a goal, and this is good stuff here. Good stuff here from the team. We'll see that there. Kavar now, great ball out to Kostic, and he's picked out a great ball in. Sabitzer's cushioned that volley into the bottom corner, and the keeper's having a lot of trouble with that bottom post of his, but I'm not complaining. This is good stuff. This is half time, and you can see there Genk have gone down to Rijeka, and probably the team who are well, in my opinion, I thought they were going to be our closest challengers, are losing in Croatia. And hopefully this is a sign of us to be able to essentially win the group pretty easily. But that remains to be seen with the amount of games that we've got. I probably won't show too many of these games. I'll probably wait until maybe the later rounds, depending on obviously how far we get in the cup competitions, just to see how we go. And we're at 63 minutes in there. I might make some substitutions just based on some of the conditioning of some of the players in there. Obviously, same Mustafi Core, not really match fit. They've had some injuries lately, and I don't really want to re-injure them. We've got a lot of games, and I just want to make sure that they're fit. So, do you know what? With 67 minutes on the clock, you can see they're not really match fit. I'm going to take him off for Roda, and yeah, that works a little better. Take Mustafi off. Don't really have another central defender. At the moment, Traore is quite comfortable there, so we'll play him at centre back, and then we'll rest Sabitzer actually, and we'll put Rebic on, and that should be we'll keep it the other way. Keep Rebic on the right, and that should be it. Sabitzer's one of our best players. There's no reason for him to finish 90 minutes here. We need him for some of the league games, and I'm really happy with this. We essentially won the game in the first half, so I'm happy. There's no highlights, there's no injuries, there's no big things. Really happy as the time goes by, and again, I'm just pretty happy with this. As we've got the ball now, Roda into Rono. Now Siebert, Torre, Kalvar and Roda exchanging passes now. As the ball goes forward, Rebic picks it up. And can he take on his man? He plays it back to Da Costa into Kamid now. Kalvar, Roda. Out to Ramon on that left wing. And Guiri's header is just wide. And that was the chance for his hat-trick. With only 2 minutes of additional time left to play. And that's gone quickly. As we take the throw in. And that should just be it for the game. Is there one final chance? Da Costa now. Dispossessed, but still got the ball. Roda into Kamid. Roda again. Out to Ramon. Kamid, Kalvar. Patient play once more. Rebic in the box. Cross is blocked, and that's the end of the game. 3-0 victory over Dudelange, and you couldn't really ask for any more. Very happy with that. And good start for the group stage. I will just quickly take you through some of the transfers because I realised I forgot to do that. We didn't sign anyone, but we did get rid of a couple of players here. You can see on the last day of the transfer window, Kasinovic went for 9.5, 10 to 10.5 million. Again, he wanted to go. I wasn't playing him. I know it was a little bit cheap, but at the same time, we've got a lot of people on the left, and I didn't really mind. We've got some money in, fine. Tuta went again. We signed 2 better central defenders than him for free at the start of the transfer window, so there wasn't really enough space for him. I wanted to get his wages off, even though it wasn't really on that much, but get a couple of million in for him. Sidibe and Eugen, we don't really care. We probably won't be here to see the best of his development. And Paulinho left as well. He wanted to leave. He thought that Kubo was here to replace him. He got a little bit upset, and he didn't want to be here, so I didn't really want him around. He's a great player, and he could play on that right wing, but again, didn't need him. So they're the outs, but I think we've got a really good transfer window anyway, so I didn't feel like we needed anyone. If we do need someone in January, obviously we'll go and get them. We've got the resources to do so, but where should we go for the next game? Potentially either the league game against Dortmund, or maybe the cup game against Dortmund. One of those Dortmund games. Maybe probably this one here in the cup, just to get a little bit more of the games, and then we'll come back for maybe one of the other games in here. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, and I will see you next episode. Thank you.